Hey, hello, it's me, Sapphire Moonbeam. I'm going to do a reading for the full moon energies in January 2020, but whenever you happen upon this video is when I believe there is a message or two that is meant for you. This first deck that I'm using is my own Moonbeam Magick deck. I created 46 cards by painting them, and I also created that guidebook. So our first overall energy card for the reading is healing. And I'm going to just read to you a few passages from the card description that I wrote. This card reminds you of the awesome power of healing. Healing is something you do for yourself, your relationships, or even by sending healing to others. All healing swirls and revolves around love. The affirmation is, I heal myself and others by sending out harmonious, loving energy to the world. Okay, so I'll set that aside, and I'm going to pull a few cards from a Lenormand deck. This first one is the Pagan Lenormand. I primarily read with Lenormand cards. Sometimes I'll throw in a tarot card or two as well. First, I'm going to pick 2 or 3 from this deck, and then we'll add to it. And this is just a general reading. Just take the messages that resonate. Leave behind what does not. Wow. Okay. This is definitely involving 2 women and a new beginning. The coffin is all about the transition. This is a big shift to something new. We're constantly going through changes, but this is like shutting the door on an old situation, an old way of doing, living, being, and embracing the new that is coming through. I'm going to now pick some cards. Here they are from another Lenormand deck. This is the Gilded Reverie. Okay, we got a card for the first lady. One of the ladies could be you, or they could be ladies in your life. And it's just for you to decide how it fits your story. Just don't try to make it fit. Okay. The first card we have here is for this lady. Her focus is this tree. This tree is building a foundation for something over time and being patient as you watch it grow. When it builds over time, it will be stronger and it will lead you to where you really want to go. With the rainbow there, it's like your dreams can come true as long as you slowly work on them and believe that they will be true. And I don't mean to rhyme, but I know that when I'm throwing something out there in a rhyme that just comes to me, that's definitely a confirmation that Spirit is speaking through me. The anchor here is about what this lady is focusing on. And what's interesting as well, this lady has an incense burner. It's very likely this is an air sign, or someone with a lot of air in their chart. This lady has a cup. It's like the Ace of Cups sort of energy, something brand new, and it's definitely, she could be a water sign involving a new emotion or, a new something. So the anchor is about being grounded and hopeful no matter what situation you're going through. These ocean waters look a little bit stormy. They're splashing. It could be high tide. This is saying you have the ability to make it through with the strength and hope that you believe in and that comes to you. There's also, by the way, I don't always notice this when I talk about this card. There are 2 fish here. The fish are in different directions. They're facing different directions. Keep hopeful even if you're maybe not getting along with someone well. And the birds indicate you need to keep communication open. The birds in the Lenormand deck are all about communication and making sure that you're all flying in the same direction. There's one flying the opposite direction. Most of them are flying this way. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now the Labyrinth card, it's a bonus card in this deck. It doesn't appear in most Lenormand decks at all. This is kind of an indication that you're trying to find that next portal door opening to that new beginning. And you really want the new beginning, and you keep figuring, you know, you're following your intuition, and you're not alone in this, but you're kind of walking around trying to find that next door. Because in a labyrinth, you could hit a dead end, and you'd have to turn around and you have to start again. So keep the faith, stay as grounded as possible, and know that you will be led to that newer beginning. Even if you don't see how it could possibly even happen right now, you have to have a strong belief that you'll be led to it for sure. I'm going to pick another card or two for on top of these to add a little bit more of an element. The first card I want to pull for is the tree. And we get the whip. And the whip is all about something that you're passionate about. Now, it can be about having a lot of arguments and disagreements. So if that's happening, you know, I don't have to explain what it's about. You'll know if it resonates. Take your time with something. If you're having disagreements, keep working on it and try to work more on the foundation of it. Now, if this is about something that you're passionate about, keep having the thoughts. She's got the air. Keep having the thoughts about how you want to continue to build and grow what you are passionately dreaming about bringing into existence. And the full moon is the best time to make a big wish when that full moon is at its greatest power, the height of its power. I'm going to pull a card now for the anchor. Well, it's this one. The dog represents loyalty and stability and being a good friend. So be a good friend to yourself and others, and it will bring about a more hopeful outcome. I'm going to pull a card now for the labyrinth. Wow. The card that flipped over automatically was the heart card. Now, in this deck, there are 2 hearts. In some decks, there's only 1. This to me says that once you find the way to that newer beginning, that portal, that opening, that doorway, you're going to find a way to ascend higher. You're going to advance to the next level, so to speak. This could be about something you love that is doubling in size, and the opportunities are going to be very bountiful. This could also be about a relationship. This could be that your relationship will ascend to a higher place with someone that you love. That's fantastic. All right, I'm going to pull one more card, at least one more, from another Lenormand deck. And I'm going to pull for the whip. Wow. So this is the choices card. It's the 22. In most decks, this looks like the crossroads. And I find it very interesting that the crossroads here looks very much like a labyrinth as well. So you've really been trying to figure out how to get to that next phase of the journey. You might need a ladder to go higher. You might be down here where you cannot see out. But there's that door. There's a doorway. You'll get there. Keep the faith. Remain hopeful. When you're in a more positive frame of mind, you have a more of an ability for the opportunities to flow into your existence instead of thinking negatively and preventing yourself. If you have thoughts like, I'll never find my way out, I'll never get out of this place, then you won't. Because really what you believe is the most powerful. So, now I'm going to pick a card with advice about love. This is called the Lover's Oracle. It's fairly new to me. They're a little bit hard to shuffle. I think it's this one. Deep in your heart, You already know the answer. Do what feels right. That is not only trusting your own inner teacher and your inner wisdom, this is also believing that you will find your way to the next step in the journey. You will find a way to ascend and advance to the next level. This is fantastic. Remain harmonious, be loving to yourself and others. Be heart-centered. Follow your heart. Deepen your heart. You know the answer. Do what feels right. Trust yourself. Thank you for joining me. Happy full moon. Please subscribe to my channel. I wish you peace. I wish you love. I wish you blessings. Be well.